Hello. Getting started, but I'm trying to find a remote control. So, till people get here, I'm gonna try to find this. You gotta love grandkids. Have no idea what he did with it. The big one. Uh, 1 second, and I'll be back. Well, not that I'm going anywhere. Maybe it's in here. Nope, not down there. I have to find a sheet. Or I should have been childless, so this one would have been grandchildless and happy. I'm kidding. Maybe. Oh well. Oh well. Screw it. Um. Oh, everything is falling apart. Here we go. Okay, let me see if I can do a few things. These. Whoop. Why are you not working? Holy crap, that kid is loud. Okay. Pin it. Okay, that. All right, now I'm back in the game. Um. Oh, I guess it would help if I put chat up. Oh, that's me. I'm saying hi to myself. Hi, me. Oh, yes, it's been a very interesting day since I had to shut down so quick today. Had to meet somebody I used to work with, take care of some business, came back, and Craig, my other buddy I worked with, my team lead that I talk about from time to time, was over at my house. He was here for a good bit and ended up selling a gun. Woohoo, who never thought? Now, I might be able to buy that 40 cal. I haven't decided if I want it or not. I've been able to use it, but that's about it. Oh, let me see if I get rid of that. Okay, I don't need that. Do 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 do. Oh wait. Oh, this is the one. There we go. Okay. That's much better. Okay, took care of that. Really don't care about that one. Okay, that part's taken care of. Yeah, I'm gonna be probably 15, 20 minutes. If no one shows up, I am gonna go outside and shoot some guns. And since atheists are so stupid, I might get stoned too. Um, but at least I don't hate gay people. Wow, it's loud here. Oh wait, where's my phone? Here we go. Now screw it. I don't have to pay attention the whole time. If somebody comes in, I'll be here. If not, oh well. 2, 4, 6. Oh, wrong direction. 6, 10. That is such a loud little kid. That's all I got to say. Let me see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Somebody's in trouble. 60, 83, 20. Must have missed 20, so we're going to count it again. Deviant, where are you at? Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 18, 20, 26, 32. Oh, there's more down here. Hey. 34, 36, 8. Okay, that's right. I'm okay now. I got all my monies. I thought I lost some monies, but I got it. I just don't have my controller because my damn kid, my grandkid, is getting beat up right now, I think, by my son. Yeah, he is not in the listening mood today, that's for sure. Oh, well. Anyway. Wait, let me shut this off. Oh, where's Jude? Oh, Facebook. Duh. Oh, well. Yeah, probably about. Wait, what time is it? Yeah, about quarter till. And oh, there's Deviant. I was say I'm giving about 5 more minutes and I'm out. Sorry, Deviant. Nope, I'm back in business. Um, I just there we go. Yeah, I might get us both in trouble tonight with my mouth, and I'm really I don't care.
What happened?
Oh no, just this whole bullshit that happened today. First off, my buddy Craig, which and it may get loud because my grandson's here.
Yeah, I
um,
can hear him.
yeah, sorry. If he keeps it up, I'll shut the door all the way. But then Jack will whine. But anyway, he came down. We talked for a good while. He said, "You seem like you're irritated about something." It's like, no, it's not that. It's just YouTube is getting really stupid. I said, I've decided to make some changes, not go to some places that I used to. He said, "Didn't you just do that earlier over Alphabet?" I said, "Yeah, this is over, basically atheists are stupid. We're not allowed to think. We're dishonest.
Hmm.
And really, and not every single one of the theists by any means. This is what I told him, but I said, there's enough over there just to make it not fun anymore. And it hasn't been fun for a while. So he
Yeah.
says, well, why don't you just, you know, do your own thing like you used to? And I said, well, I might, but because he knows about my other channel. And he comes over there and, hangs out. And it's sad that I'm so afraid to let that out, in this part of YouTube because I know the nonsense, that it could happen,
Yeah.
from it. And I'm just not worth or willing to ruin a good thing over there for, a bunch of temper tantrum, people for whatever reason, because I would never do it. I could care less. So then he wants to start streaming. So I was like, you got to get your ass on here first, buddy. But, oh, wait. And, yeah, then the other girl I met for a little bit because I had to get cash that she owed me. I'm trying to find out if oh, damn it. What happened to my, oh. So discombobulated. It's like I hate when I run behind because then I feel like I'm behind the whole time.
Oh.
But I'm trying to, damn it. Because she said, if you stream, you better tell me. Okay, I'm streaming, which she may not because I don't even know. I figured it'd be her booty night or booty call night.
For her or for you?
For her.
Oh.
I forgot what a booty call is. I really don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't. I got YouTube. Why do I need sex? Sheesh. This is pure joy over here. An orgasm a minute. But yeah, after talking to my buddy Craig, he's just like, have you ever thought that it's really hard or impossible for theists and atheists to get along? I said, to a point it is, but it has to be the right atheists and the right theists to get along. Because I said, there's more than, and I said, the ones that I'm talking about, is maybe a handful of them, probably more than that. But I said, and I just told him some of the stuff that would go on, and like a certain female. He said, you got to be kidding me. I said, no, I'll show you. I'll give you her link and you can go, check it out for yourself and about what the dates are. And he said, have you seen it? And I said, no. I said, I haven't, been to her channel since the first blow up because I knew it would happen again. And it just, what followed suit. Sort of thing. And I said, really, I think it's the best thing because I'm to the point now, every time somebody says something stupid I know is wrong, I'm not going to have a problem trying to correct them. I'm tired of, keeping my mouth shut so certain other peoples can run their mouths freely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely feel that as well. I mean, there
she is. Oh, sorry, Deviant.
Oh.
Do you know how to get online or on stage, Brandy? Because you can come up here and talk with us if you want. I don't know if she's on her phone. You're on your phone, right, Brandy? Because doesn't all she have to do to click the link to be able to get on Deviant?
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay.
If she has an iPhone, I know she has to use Safari.
Okay, so let's just see what. If you want, click the link to see what it is, because I'm still trying to get Craig online. Not right now, but at some point. You don't see a link? Wait, let me see if I put the link back in. And that's got to be. Okay, this link here, I'm just more out of curiosity, because you can actually click the link and you won't be in the stream yet. But at least click it, even if you don't want to get on, just to see if it brings you to restream. So I'm trying to figure out how this works. Because I never use my phone. I always use either my Chromebook or Samsung. Whew, that's what I use. But I don't know how much work it is. You might click that and see what it says, if it brings you to this or not. I guess I could call you and ask you. Well, at least then I know I could talk to her. I mean, hell, we worked together for 8 years.
Yeah.
And I've known her since, because I started in 2008 at Pearson, and you were a little bit after that. Might have been, did you start in shipping in 2008 too, or was it 2009? Whatever it was, that's how long I've known this girl. Matter of fact, she just brought me a welfare food from where she works.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's been a while. She told me turkey or ground turkey, which I don't have a problem with it. But I walk in the living room or my kitchen and Mom's in there cooking regular hamburgers.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, what the heck? We'll try this. And my buddy Craig was here, so there was 2 burgers, some fries, Brussels sprouts, and sweet tater fries. Oh my God, they were good. Even though they were cold, still good. So now I think I'm gonna start buying me some ground turkey every so often to complement. Because what my diet's supposed to be is soft meats like ground turkey, ground beef. These
Oh,
are on my
not like the red.
right. I still do. I'm not going to lie, but I'm trying to cut down on it because of see what my big issue right now is. I just went to the liver doctor, and I
Mhm.
was under the impression I was back at an F0, and she is telling me no, and I was trying to figure out what I was at because she said there was a great new liver medicine that does wonders. But
Mhm.
part of it is you have to either be an F2 or an F3. So she was trying to check, um, you know, what my last, well, my biopsy they did on my liver was. And she said F4. I said, they told me I was back at it, and I didn't yell at Lindsay because, she goes, no, they must have, told you wrong then. So I
Yeah.
wasn't eligible for this new medication, plus here it is. She's telling me I have cirrhosis of the liver. Well, she's worried
Oh.
about the spleen. Somehow that's connected. They couldn't get a good scan on my spleen. So they're afraid that it's really stiff, whatever that means. Then they have, which I didn't even know that the neck had, or not the neck, the esophagus has varicose veins, and just about
It
every CAT scan or every upper GI I have, Doctor Rex had noted that there was no signs of that, except the last two, and she was really intent on getting that.
yeah.
So I think my next upper is in August, and they're going to double check and make sure. Wait, I can get on there. How do you make it where you should just be able to click the camera and it'll turn it off. But on the phone, I'm not sure. I've never done it on the
It
phone.
it might be that she has to go into the settings, which is
Yeah,
on
it's
the
been a while.
screen. Yeah, the little
Okay, the
the
video. I'm
cog,
looking at mine. Okay, video. I wonder if
or
you can turn the
otherwise
video.
it's just clicking the camera
Yeah, you got to click
icon.
it off because I'm looking at now and it says like the resolution is auto or 720 or 480, and then video inputs. There's like on mine it's HP, True Vision, or OBS, virtual camera. Which I don't even. I guess I got OBS hooked up. I just don't ever use it. So it's got to be like when I first click on mine, which once again I'm using a laptop. It'll show my account, or no, it'll show the restream. You got to click it again to get in, and then you'll have like you can put avatar on, put your
Yeah.
name in there if you want, and then there'll be buttons below that. One that has like a microphone, one looks like a camera, and I can't remember the other two right off the bat, to be honest.
uh, I think before you have been like added to the panel, there is only the little cog for settings, uh, the microphone and the camera, and of course there is the options for an avatar and what name is to
Oh, that's
be
face.
shown. It can also be that it's
Okay.
only the cog, and you have to.
Wow, that's a picture in picture. Okay, it's not what I wanted to
Oh,
do. But this is what
that's
once you get in. I don't know if you can see this, Brandy, but once you get in here, like right here, you could click the camera off. But this is once you get into the stage where I'll add you. There's a step before that you might be in, but it still
yeah.
should have the same thing like a microphone and this camera. And there's like one or two more, like settings and something else. But I think your settings are going to be the same as. Oh, I got to do. I can't do it. Oh, I guess I can't do it here. But see, I got general, and it has nothing about the camera. And this is some of this is for me since it's my stream. But on video, you only have which camera you want to use, and then the resolution, and if you want to mirror it, which I do because my right's my right, my left's my left. Virtual background shortcuts. Oh, is that her? Oh
Hi,
no, that's me.
Gigi.
This is. Hold on, I gotta get rid of this. But how do I turn it off?
But I think because
Oh, stop share.
before you add her to the stream, she's going to have No, wait.
Because you'll have your restream, the very first one that has a big R. And don't you click to enter? Well, I can't remember now. I know how to do this. Better yet, I'll start another one. Then I might be able to show this one if I have to. But see, it may be different on phone, and that's what I don't know. Okay, I was wrong. It does start with the R, but then it shoots me into like where all my it doesn't even let me set it up here. There, past video storage channels. Well, I guess you can't change it unless it's different on somebody who's not doing the stream. And then you click on it and then get to this. I'm sorry. Okay, my screen didn't look like that. I'll go back and figure it out. Be back in a few. Okay. How you doing, Gigi?
Gigi.
Gigi. I don't know why she's so worried about her camera.
I mean,
that girl's a camera hoe. Seriously, that's why I can't. Unless she thinks her
oh,
hair's
okay.
And I just seen her, and it wasn't that bad for her.
Well, maybe she feels weird if.
And she doesn't wear much makeup, so that's not a thing. Maybe it's all the hickeys on her face.
Could be. Could be.
Okay. My screen didn't look like that. Oh, that's the same one. I thought it was a new one. Yeah, hurry up because if you got questions, if Gigi's still here, he's your answer man. I am doing wonderful, Gigi. How are you doing, buddy? I can't answer for Deviant, but she got Mr. Soot.
Mm-hmm.
Enough said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny. Well, you got multitasking, Gigi, checking out all the lessers.
The leopards?
The lesser. Lesser. I'm a lesser, and I like it. No, because if you're a lesser, nobody expects stuff from you.
That's true. That's true.
Although
a psychopath
me,
taught that
like
to me. So I don't know if it's a good. Well, it is kind of a good lesson, but still.
Nice. It's about your bedtime, Gigi. You've been streaming all day, bud. Oh wait, there's a third person there. Who's this? Uh-oh, we gotta try it.
Uh-oh.
Hi.
Okay, I'm kicking her off.
No.
Can you
Andy?
Brandy, meet Deviant. Deviant, meet Brandy. And Gigi, that's my little buddy I always talk about. He's in side chat right now, or was.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
That's cool. I've never done this before.
Yeah, this is easy.
Awesome.
That's what I told Craig, and Craig's so worried about getting on because Craig's talking about maybe wanting to do a stream and wants me to help him with it and maybe co-host. And I don't know if I've got time for it, but
yeah,
I'll help him out at least.
What the hell is he going to stream about?
Just BS. I mean, this can be fun if you let it.
Yeah.
But it can also be the biggest headache. And this is kind of like why I'm streaming. And there's at least one other stream with the people I usually hang out with that I just refuse to be around right now. Not all of them, just some of them. It's just too much bullshit.
Well, if you're involved, I believe it.
Pretty much. Yeah, I was told that, what was it? The first thing was something about, they don't believe and they're atheists and they're dishonest,
Yeah.
And then the other one was something about, I said something about I'm not stoned enough for this. And this is after I tell everybody I smoke weed. I tell them it takes me 3 or 4 months to go through an ounce, and that's not very much in a long period of time.
Yeah.
So if you want to say that I'm a stoner, because what the reply was, well, if you weren't stoned all the time, you'd be able to think. I said, yeah, but even if I wasn't stoned all the time, quote unquote, I still wouldn't be a theist. I'm not that stupid. So I just quit. I mean, I'm just done being nice, when everybody else wants to be turd heads.
Yeah.
It gets old.
That makes sense.
But yeah, and it's like, all day long, all they do is fight and argue, and mainly it's the theists going at each other. Yeah. Unless they find some kind of common bond, and then it's like, screw it, I'm just going to start having a nighttime one where we just have fun, kick back. One night we played. I think I told you, didn't I? You got mad, I think, when I said we did riddles. And
Yeah.
had a blast.
I'm not good at riddles at all.
No, look at your marriage.
Great. I'm not good at trivia either.
Well, once in a while you get a few.
Yeah.
That one day you had like 2, 3 in a row, and you're on fire. I figured you would have retired.
I was pumped. I was
Yeah.
like, I win.
Yeah, I may. Well, I gotta check. That probably won't be tomorrow. Maybe. Gosh, I can remember. Ed, Monday. Either Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to stream, and I got to figure out my buddy Rabbit Atheist, and I moderate over there. What day he does? I think it's Monday. He's changed it, but after he's done, I'm going to stream and probably do either like dad jokes or what's the other one? Not trivia. Hold on.
We need to do trivia again.
Yeah, you got to study first.
You need. Well, I do for sure.
Yeah, I have
We need
riddles.
to bring it back like once a month or something.
Oh yeah. Then we go. Well, yeah, I was thinking about rotating, so I'm not doing the same thing every friggin' week, sort of thing. But I've got like lots of riddles saved up. I've got.
Do you stream every week?
I hadn't up until about 2 weeks ago, and I like streamed it 3 times in 1 week, and like once last week, I think. And then I streamed. This is my second stream today.
All right.
Right, but I usually check to see who is streaming at night. I looked, no one was, and I mean, and as far as the Orthodox or the Catholics, not really too concerned about them because they stream regardless of who's streaming. So, not to get back at them, I'm just saying there's really no etiquette there, so I'm not worried about that. Oh, I got corny jokes, funny jokes. Why is that in here? 12 signs of a. Oh no, I know what that's from. That don't go in there. I was trying to learn about vulnerable narcissists. And they're in here for some reason. I got knock jokes.
Vulnerable narcissist? What the hell is that? Why are they vulnerable?
That is someone who they are a narcissist, but all narcissists usually fluctuate between being a vulnerable narcissist and a malignant narcissist. So a vulnerable narcissist is someone who is very much, oh, woe is me, poor me, look at me. And they are still as dangerous and as manipulative and as harmful and abusive as any narcissist. But they typically draw people in who want to take care of someone.
Like white nighters?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And as it said something about vulnerable to rejection.
Right, because what I'm reading right here, it says vulnerable narcissism is also characterized by feelings of insecurity, low self-esteem, and hypersensitivity to criticism.
But so the thing is that all narcissists.
Right, and that's what I was getting ready to say, but I was letting you talk because I didn't know there was a difference. Or what the difference was, I guess. Tend to be more vulnerable to rejection. Oh, yeah, that's what you're saying. People with this type of narcissism tend to be more vulnerable to rejection, have difficulties forming meaningful relationships. They may also become easily overwhelmed and have difficulty dealing with stress. That reminds me of somebody. Anyway.
Somebody too.
Yeah. You haven't met this person yet, I don't think, but okay, that's what that is. There we go. Get rid of it. Let us see. Oh, I don't know. Come on. Where's the channel? There's this. Okay. Trying to find one of these that I haven't used just to get a taste for it.
When you get on here to stream, do you come up with do you come prepared with topics and stuff usually, or you just kind of wing it?
Some people do. Like a lot of the big streamers.
Yeah.
They'll have especially like the atheist ones. Today, topic is we're going to talk about Frank Turk and blah, 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 blah. He's an apologist. Whereas I've always just, even when I was doing the TKA show, we always winged it because I do better on the cuff than I do like
Yeah.
prepared. I may have notes at times, but I know me. I'm very robotic. That I can't read something and not make it sound like I'm reading it. Really,
Right.
okay, my screen didn't look like that. Opposed to me saying it in my words. Yeah, Brandy was having trouble. She couldn't get it. She'll be back in a second after she figures it out. There we go.
Yeah.
But like I'm getting ready to do a lot of short, not even shorts, but shorter videos because I did one long one and I screwed myself because I didn't realize with screen share it didn't screen everything. It doesn't share everything unless you keep switching it over to whatever you're looking at. But I want to do another one, but this one it's probably like a 5 or a 6 segment thing where I'm going to talk about my desmoid tumor, the medications, what it is, how the treatments, doctors, for people, because there's not a whole lot out there about this.
Yeah.
And the lady from Facebook group, the Desmoid Tumor Research Foundation, has given me a lot of great tips because I told her to look at it. I said, what I did, I screwed it up. And really, she liked everything I did, other than I didn't show the screen like I should have.
Yeah.
But she gave me a few slides, some updated, statistics on this thing. So I want to do that. But when I do that one, I will probably do that one as a recording and not live. So I'm not having to pay attention to side chat and try to concentrate on making a quality or more quality video for me. Nothing
Gotcha.
fancy, but
Yeah. Okay.
so it really depends on the person, the creator, and what's going on, with it.
Right.
There are some people that just like making, silly little titles that mean nothing, and then there's others that get really serious about it. I'm
Yeah.
not a serious one.
I believe that.
Yeah. Most of the time I'm not really serious, but it's like Gigi. I talk to him all the time, especially, oh, you still here, Gigi? I forgot. Yeah, he tried calling me when I went to meet you, and I didn't even have my phone with me, so he tried to call me, and I missed it. I'm going to say I forgot to tell him that I wasn't ignoring you. I swear, buddy.
Oh,
So you liked your dinner?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I was kind of worried, but then it was just like, God, this is pretty good.
Yeah, but we had like a bourbon sauce thing I put on it.
Is that what was on there?
Yeah.
We're trying to, because I said, or she said, what did she say? She said, she first said teriyaki. I said, it ain't teriyaki. And I just I couldn't put my finger on it. It tasted good, but we just couldn't put our finger on it. So now I can tell it was a bourbon.
It's like I don't know if they mixed anything with it because sometimes we mix stuff up and make our own thing, but yeah, it's basically a bourbon sauce.
Right. Because, Craig was here. Where does she work? I said, I don't know, some nursing home or retirement home or something. Hey, you guess who stays there at where you work?
Who?
His grandmother.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I said, I'm gonna tell her it's this way she'll beat your grandma up.
I'm in the kitchen. I don't pay attention to nobody out there.
Right. But he did say you guys got good food. I said, hell yeah. I said, I've had quite a few things there.
Yeah, we do have good
just
food.
bring you food. Well, just whenever I want to, or but didn't want to tell him why, but
Yeah.
hey.
Ain't nobody's business.
Right. Yeah, and it ain't a sexual thing. This
No.
girl's way too young for me. She's like 16.
Shut up.
With 3 kids.
I wish.
That's some hard work.
Yeah. No, and all 3 were preemies, weren't they?
Yeah. 4 pounds. Brady was 4 pounds. Paige was 1.9 and Alyssa was 1.6. So
yeah, that's ridiculous. Yep.
They were in the hospital for a very long time.
Wait, I have to convert that because if that is so tryckvinkel, längd, volym. What? Vikt. What did you say? 1
pound 6 ounces and 1 pound 9 ounces were my twins.
And Brandy has a warning. Deviant is Swedish.
Okay.
So
yes,
sometimes she has trouble with words. So it's not you. It's
that's cool.
That evil devil tongue of hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was told one day that they didn't want to hear her speak that devil tongue. It's like, you got to be kidding. Freaking idiots.
So, 1 pound, uh,
6 ounces, yeah.
That is,
I've eaten bigger hamburgers than that.
Yeah, they were tiny. They look like little baby birds.
oh my god, what month? How early?
I had them at 24 weeks.
Oh
We
goodness.
we knew because I have a heart-shaped uterus and I had my son early. He was 4 pounds, so we knew that this was like a very high risk pregnancy. So
Yeah.
we were prepared. I went to the doctor like every week and I was getting shots and all kinds of stuff. But they still came real early, earlier than we expected.
Jeez.
Yeah, they were in the hospital for 6 months.
Oh, are they good
Happiest 6
now?
months of my life, she wasn't at work.
Shut up. Yeah,
Teddy, be nice.
it
She
was
knows that's nice for me.
yeah.
I
I know he's just running his mouth.
yeah.
He was bored as hell when I wasn't there.
Yeah, really bored. Spent all my time puking.
Yeah, I didn't play with Craig the whole time.
You're just jealous because you wanted to play with Craig.
Oh God, no. Ugh.
Blech, blech. That's it. I'm calling Craig and telling him to get his. I'm gonna make fun of him. I'm gonna say, Brandy can get online. Why can't you?
I'm smarter. It wasn't hard.
Yeah, but the way I explain it, it's hard because I've never done it. So it's like,
Yeah.
What are you doing, Addie? Oh, you want my lap? Go find my remote. My grandson has got. I don't know where my remote is. I cannot watch TV or nothing. This kid.
Oh.
He's a demon child. He's still. Oh, I just breathe.
He acts just like his grandpa. He's a demon child.
Right?
No, this kid is. Oh my gosh. I listen a little bit. I just don't do a lot of stuff I'm supposed to do. He just doesn't do what he wants or doesn't want to do what anybody wants him to do because he don't listen. There's a difference.
I'm sure you weren't like that at all when you were younger.
No, I was actually a great demon child.
Oh my.
I almost
Great
resemble that
demon
remark.
child.
It's cold outside. Ugh.
Yeah, when Craig was getting ready to leave, I was out there for not even 5 minutes, and it was like because I was going to go for a ride with the dogs before I was going to stream, and then I looked. It's like got in the car, started. It's like, oh, it's 7:18. I better get inside. So I
Wait, you
didn't go,
don't
but I was
walk
freezing.
your dogs? You take them in the car?
When I go for a ride because the dogs. Let's see. When I first got Jack, he had that anxiety or the separation anxiety, so I couldn't go anywhere without that dog freaking out. Now he's a lot better, but I take him for a ride once or twice a day, just for a treat. But usually I just let them out the door, and they've got like 200 acres to run through, plus another 100 acres of woods. So it's usually hard to tell where they're at because they're all over the place. But yeah, like yesterday, it was so muddy in the fields. I think I was still in bed because Mom left early yesterday because of she had 2 doctor's appointments yesterday and 3 today. But anyway, Jack jumps in bed with me. I start to pet him, and something was on him, and I got up, and it just mud, head to toe, caked on this dog. So I was pissed. It's like, who in the heck let the dogs in all muddy? So I had to take them outside, and it's like 40 degrees out, maybe that early in the morning. And I just got the garden hose and gave them all baths, both of them. Well, the problem
he
with
jumped
that
up
is,
in your bed, all covered in mud.
yes. So I had to wash my covers, but and then after I'm done washing them, the pit and the pup are rolling around in the ground. Come inside, and all I smelt was poopy. Oh, yeah. Sometimes, whoops, she's gone.
What?
She disconnected. There she's back. I should have warned her about that. Yeah, sometimes at least Restream will kick you off once in a while on the phone.
Yeah. I just lost it for a second.
Like your virginity?
Lost that a long time ago.
Well, you lost that in a second.
But it never came back.
Oh my God. Can you imagine the normal people the regulars If they go nuts over Terry, Brandy will be a hoe.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they simp on just anything with two legs, it seems like.
Yeah, and at the same time, they are very, very, very misogynistic.
Yeah.
You don't have to scratch a lot of the surface to
Well,
recognize that. That's what I was going to say before. You said you had enough to try and like mince your words and not be
right.
offensive. And I start to feel that more and more and more and
Mhm.
more. Like I don't I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to uh like chew people. It's a mixed community with believers
Right.
and non-believers. And I'm not the person who likes the whole dumpster fires, screaming, yelling,
Right.
being nasty to each other.
They do
And
that?
also, I don't want I don't want Gigi to take offense because
Right.
it's not aimed towards him,
Right.
and I don't want him to be all stressed out and all of that.
Right. I agree.
But at the same time, when they just go on and on and on and are being so freaking hateful and narrow-minded and just complete fucking asshats week after week after week, it's like
Enough's
I
enough. That's where I'm at.
yeah,
And that's my concern because Gigi's the main person over there that I'm worried about because he is my
yeah,
buddy every night, almost like clockwork. He'll send me a good night message and sleep well, and we have our own little thing going on there, and it's nice just before you go to bed or relaxing to have somebody think of you for no
yeah,
reason, you know. Um, and this is not a reflection on him at all, but because he gets put in the middle so many times, what was I going to do? Well, Gigi, if you don't kick all those people, I'm not coming back. That's not me. I'm not playing that manipulative game.
right. That's how I feel as well. Like I don't want him to have to choose because I know how much he likes the streams and
Right.
the people who are coming over there, and I don't want to be like one of the prolapse boys who or Bruce for that matter, who
Right.
are like trying to control who is on his stream and who is not. And sure, I will admit that it is tempting, but it would be wrong uh, to kind of that would be manipulative to be
Right. Well, the thing about it is, in my mind, I'm pretty sure I know how he would go with that. But like I said, I'm not going to put him in that position to have to make, or anybody make that decision. I'm an
no
adult. If I don't like something, I can leave for a while, or cool my jets and come back, or not come back, or I can stream.
exactly.
And today with me streaming had nothing to do with Gigi at all. For me and probably for a few others, it was more to vent about the BS that was said.
Hmm.
Sounds like I
But
missed
yeah,
some drama.
yeah, you didn't miss crap. I mean, seriously, it's you get an argument with people, not even arguments, but people that haven't even read the Bible want to tell you what it means, what translation is better, and get that noise out of here.
Yeah, and
Really.
at the end of the day, you know that nothing you say is going to make even the smallest
Right.
dent in their mind
And
because
vice
you're
versa. To be
just a
fair,
godless heathen and a
dishonest ones at that.
reprobate.
Don't forget.
Yeah, and you're dishonest and you're of the devil and you're demon possessed and yada, 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 yada. So fuck it.
Right. But what it comes down to is we know their beliefs. Oh, here comes my grandson. Oh, don't scratch me, cat. No, you're supposed to stay out of here. You're still in trouble. I don't care. Go. I'll shut the door. Well, then shut it. That ain't a threat to me. But he's such a butthead. Wow, you're such a wuss. You can't do it. Yeah, we're putting new floors in there, and that's where the carpet's lapping over the new hardwood woods, and we haven't got the carpet cut yet. Oh, he did it. I didn't think he would be able to shut it. Okay, he proved me wrong. But for other people to spout and say what they want, like Bruce, which I like Bruce, to be honest. I think we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
When he uses scriptures, he knows where he's coming from, and everybody else is just making fun of him. But I just never been into that. Let's all follow the same person and listen to them, and whatever they say is what we believe, because that's how some of the people are that are in this group, without naming names. But I really don't care if I piss anybody off, to be honest.
Funnily enough, they still, none of them can still agree with the others.
Right.
It's like, it should be very simple, one would think. If this is
God's not a God of confusion, is he? So just read
exactly.
the Bible and you'll understand it.
Exactly.
Brandy, do you go to church? I don't know if I've ever asked you that. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I don't know if you're religious or not religious.
I'm not religious. I went to church. I went to church my whole childhood and stuff, but I don't go as an adult. My kids don't go.
Oh, you're an evil parent then. I'm sure somebody in that group's going to say you're an evil parent.
Well, they've been to like a couple Bible study or like the vacation Bible school with their friends and stuff, but they're not really into it either.
Right.
Like we've discussed it and stuff, but we're not. Like, I don't know. It's just
like with my son. My son's an atheist, and it's not my doing. I didn't promote religion, but I did not, badmouth religion.
Right.
Anytime he's asked me, I said, you're going to have to make that decision for yourself someday. It's nothing that I can tell you what to believe, or your mom or anybody else. It's a personal conviction either way. Yeah. So then he's like, well, Dad, would you be mad if I said I was an atheist? I said, if you really believe you are, and not just because you think that's what I want to hear, then I'm happy for you. But I said, I'd be happy if you said you were a theist. You're my son. I think you're stupid.
I know that a lot about like religion stuff. It's not like, I don't know. I'm just
we're giving Indiana a bad name. We're all friggin' heathens here.
Yeah.
With no Air Force.
And don't you forget it.
No kidding. Yeah, one day I was making fun of Deviant because she's Swedish. And I said, you guys don't even have an Air Force or something like that. So she plays this video, and sure enough, they got an Air Force, and it's pretty cool, actually, after watching it. Like the next thing I'm going to tell her is, you guys don't have any tanks.
I'm streaming.
I'll have Deviant give you a
friends on YouTube.
A geography lesson of. Matter of fact, let me find a map first. Let's see if this works. Map of Europe.
I'm explaining to my daughter I'm streaming on YouTube. She thinks it's funny.
Oh.
Is that the one? Is that the one that doesn't understand what I'm saying?
I don't remember which one that was. I think that might have been Paige.
One with the eyelashes. I remember the eyelashes.
Paige.
Okay. Okay. Now here we go. Here is the map of Europe, but we're going to do specifically. Okay. Do you see all this right here, Brandy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Sweden. That's where she's from.
Is that where she's at right now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Now I'm going to let her explain the rest of the countries around her and how geography.
Yeah, the geography of Scandinavia. So Scandinavia is basically Finland, that's Sweden, Norway, and Denmark.
Denmark.
So to know which is which, Swe- if you look, I don't know really where to begin, but Finland,
Okay, Finland.
yeah, that's the ball sack.
That's the ball sack right there.
Yes.
You got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Guess what Sweden is?
Sweden is
We got the meat.
that's the date.
The penis. Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
then you have Norway, which is the foreskin, the semi-circumcised foreskin. And Denmark is that shameful little speck that tends to end up in the underpants of men.
So now you know.
Now you know. Now
Got
you
it.
can find out the different
She walked me
countries.
through that without the picture, and I was laughing my ass off. When I finally seen what the picture looked like and the visualization that I had, it was pretty spot on from what she was telling me.
I'll never
So
think
I
of
always
that
tell her
thing.
she's from the meat.
If I'm here in Denmark, I'm like, oh, that's the speck.
Yep. Yep.
Funny.
Oh, that is funny as hell.
Oh, and right now I'm basically in the perineum, not the perineum, because that would end me up in like Russia.
And don't
Right.
get her started on Russia.
Oh no. Also, I apologize as always. Can you believe fucking Jess? And I hate that his name is Jess because I've recently gotten to know how to rule an asteroid.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of hers anymore either. That's only because of
Okay.
the Joe thing. I mean, I don't hate her, but
No.
she picked her side. That that's fine. Oh, Mr. Soot.
Yeah.
Now, Brandy,
Of
meet
course.
Mr. Soot. Deviant and Mr. Soot live together, and they just recently got engaged.
Oh,
Yes.
congratulations.
Let's
That's
see,
awesome.
Mr. Soot got engaged
You.
with Lupin, and Deviant got
What?
engaged with. I don't know. I'll stop there because I don't trust
Yeah,
Deviant.
you.
She carries too. Not that Mr. Soot doesn't, but he's finished, so we don't care about. We know they can't shoot. Oh, I didn't even see what he said. I just I need to check my underpants for Denmark. Oh, that's funny, Mr. Soot.
See, do you understand why I love this man?
This man worships the ground that Deviant doesn't walk on even.
That's great.
He's a
Everyone wants to find that.
pancake making fool. And when he's sleeping because he has to work in the morning, Deviant, I mean, honestly tries to be quiet. I don't think she's very successful at times, but she tries.
No, I honestly try, and I fail, and I'm ashamed.
There's no failing. As long as he's still sleeping next to you in the morning, it's all right.
I hope so.
One of the days he's going to be gone now and comes back. I was just going to go get you your favorite, whatever it is, and she's in tears. Mr. Soot left me.
No.
No wonder he Denmarked in his pants. I know, that's why I said it, because I remember you saying that. Oh, that's funny. I know how to push some of his buttons now.
No, but
Don't make
according
fun of my
to
woman or my shooting or my pancakes, and everything will be all right.
what 2018.
He can't
Or
make his mind up. Oh, he had 2019. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Oh, ooh, that's funny.
just saying I was just being nasty towards him and accusing him of being a racist because they were paying our bills.
Damn it.
As in you, the US. And like, well, fuck you in your nasty. Ugh. I'm not gonna because I don't know Brandy and I don't want to hurt her tiny little ears.
Oh, I'm fine. You can't hurt me.
She
Okay.
talks to me. You think she hasn't heard my mouth before?
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
right.
wrong. So
When people say that I'm not like this in the real world, I am like this in the real world. I promise people this. I don't give a shit. I'll say what I want, and sometimes I almost get fired over it.
But also you have to understand that when a woman says something like that, especially in some circles, it's not received as well as when a man does it for
This is
some
true.
reason.
Yeah, she's got so
Mhm.
much to learn. You think you've lived, Brandy? Wait till you do the online YouTube shit.
well, I'm new to it. I'll have to do it again next time. You have to let me know.
Well, probably like I said, either Monday or Tuesday night, depending on which night my buddy. I guess. Hold on, let me see. I don't think he's got it up though.
Do you usually do it kind of late?
Well, like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Because see, Gigi
Mm-hmm.
either streams at like 12:30 to whenever, or if somebody else does before him, then he'll stream from like 3. So I don't want to step on Gigi.
Right.
So usually he can go to 8:30 or 9. So generally, if he has a late stream, I won't stream because I know it can be later, and I don't want him to feel like he has to shut down. Now,
Right.
other
No.
people, I'd probably stream like right now. That there's another stream going on. I don't choose to be over there. Do not want to be over there, and
Do your own thing.
yeah,
How
yeah,
long do you
definitely. I
usually
mean,
stream?
I'd go to Daniel's stream. I think if I didn't have anything else to do, but Terry's over there, and right now I'm not so happy with that girl, and I know I'd say something. Not that she's scared, but I don't care.
She's a weird one.
She is. I mean, she could be funny, but yeah, after today,
Yeah.
that was bullshit. The whole, well, they're atheists. You know, they're dishonest.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I just don't like Christians and everybody else are like there's bad eggs in every
Right.
section.
Exactly.
And
Like
really, if you
there's
would ever
good
come
people
in
in
here
every
on a day
section.
and you know who was who, like who were the theists, who were the atheists,
What the
you would swear that most of the theists are animals.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way they fight tooth and nail, and it's awful at times, and that's why I'm burnt out on it, literally.
What's a theist?
Someone who believes in God.
Oh,
Theist meaning God. Atheist meaning without God.
okay.
But it used to be just like the mainstream Exians that would come in, but now we have like Orthodox and SDAs and Catholics, and there for a while the Catholics and Orthodox were getting along great, and it seems like there's a schism between them now.
Yeah.
So not that there's not schisms between atheists too. I mean, obviously I'd be over on Joe's channel maybe still if it wasn't for all that bullshit that happened. And
No,
then
but
Gay
then
Jay, I don't know if you were there that day. The Gay Jay was trying to tell everybody, "Oh, asshole lied. He got fired." Yeah. I mean, first off, how do you fire somebody that doesn't get paid? And then Joe sent AJ a message telling him to shut the fuck up because that wasn't true, and he didn't want to get shit started again.
Why can't
getting
everybody just mind their own business?
They can't. That's just the way it is. Well, actually, like say with the alphabet community or the trans or the LMNOP group or whatever you want to call them.
Gotcha.
I'm glad I got away from that group because I didn't realize how much of an echo chamber it was. And now that I've walked away, not that I still support trans rights to a point, but there's 2 or 3 areas of contention for me that I just can't quite agree with yet. because I wasn't given the information. I got the information on my own, and everything was downplayed, in the echo chamber. But then you come over here, and it's just the opposite. Let's stone gay people. Let's,
Mm-hmm.
it's just sick. It's like they're not even people.
Did you see the video online where the girl was saying like her 14-month-old is trans? And
Oh,
she
that
went,
happened. Yeah. See, that's if Gigi was here, he could tell you some stories. He's got a guy that he had on his channel where the mother was forcing their son to transition, and the father's fighting it tooth and nail. His name's James, and his father came on Gigi's show, and Gigi did a great interview with him, and I learned a lot from that. But yeah, it's sad that a lot of that is going on, and that's one of the things I've got a problem with the trans thing is I don't think children should be transitioned until they're old enough to make the decision themselves.
I think it needs to be 18 if they want to do
Right.
that.
Yeah. So this way you can let Paige be, transition when she's 18 or he.
Like he's small enough to know.
I know.
That's my idea.
My daughter thinks 13 or 14, like
It
so
depends on the age, I feel like.
You want to transition now, Paige?
Like,
that's Alyssa.
that's not my name.
Oh, sorry. I haven't
Yeah.
met that one.
Definitely do like
Just
something
for a baby.
teenagers.
Yeah.
Usually not.
Why is she whispering when we can hear her?
She has a quiet voice.
Yeah, be quiet, Lobo.
Oh, okay.
When,
You're not like your mom in a big mouth, right?
no, she still has a big mouth, but she's just quiet. No, like when they were preemies, I think like when they had the tubes and stuff, I think it injured her.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm just saying.
Sorry, I wasn't making fun of you for that. I hope
That's
you don't
age.
take offense to it.
It depends on. She's saying it depends on like the age, but like a lot of people like.
Because if you know,
Remember at school there was a kid that dressed like a girl and then he went back to dressing like a boy.
yeah, but also it could be like he's just like didn't feel safe. She didn't feel safe.
He didn't feel safe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends.
But I just think like sometimes they think like I've heard a lot of stories where they have, like changed their mind and went back because
Yeah, Gigi showed me a video where a person had transitioned 3 times
yeah.
in their own words. It wasn't like, Gigi saying it or some reporter, that this adult now, was talking about, they transitioned 3 times.
Yeah.
And now we're saying that no child should be, and that's one of the things that convinced me that, children shouldn't transition. Here you have somebody that's went through it several times and, didn't have the right information.
Right. What did you have to say?
But but don't go in an alphabet community room and say that because they'll attack you in a heartbeat.
Like found themselves,
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Well, that's the point. Like they're still trying to figure out themselves, and I don't think they should jump into a transition until.
Well, does she think she's old enough to get married if she wanted to right now?
That's not the same comparison.
That's the same comparison.
It's not the same comparison at all. It depends because like if you're married and like your identity is not the same thing at all. Oh, I feel like you're old enough to know that. I was just saying.
Did you hear?
Parts of it.
Oh, you're quiet.
Oh, wait, let me turn my sound off. I forgot. I thought it was... Okay, there you go. Try now.
Here, say it again.
Like marriage and like your identity is not the same thing. I feel like you're old enough that you should know that by now, to be honest. Because if you don't, I don't know what to tell you, buddy, okay?
You're just saying they're completely different things. It's not like
Because they are.
you're like getting married and transitioning.
No, it's still an adult decision is the thing I'm getting at, not that transitioning is like marriage. What I'm saying is...
taking it literal.
Even though these things are like 2 different things completely. 2 different to compare them. So, just saying.
Well, and this is coming from somebody younger than me, but it's still, trust me, I was young once. Believe it or not, I was.
But yeah.
A long
I like this girl. She has attitude.
But
I
like
like
12,
it.
13, 14, 15-year-olds change their mind every other day.
Right.
I want a tattoo. No, I don't want a tattoo. Oh, yeah, I want a tattoo of a rabbit. No, I want a tattoo of my mommy on my butt. No, I don't want that. I want a tramp stamp of
anything.
Yeah, well,
anything.
and the tattoo thing, I feel like people want tattoos should like wait a little bit. But
There you go.
when I talk about tattoos all we though. So But anyways, dude, my nose is seriously fucking bleeding.
Why?
I don't know, cause it's bleeding.
Yeah, because I'm not against tats. I got 3 myself, but I got mine all, of course, after I was like 35 or 40. Like, I got scared. I hate needles, but once you have your surgeries like I have, it gets easier.
Hey, Ron, I got news about my mom.
Oh, how's she doing? I had to tell my mom about that today, and she's like, "No way." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Are you Craig?" I guess that's how it got started. But how is she?
She got a CAT scan to check
Yeah.
the cancer in her stomach, and has it grown or moved?
Well, at least it's good. Then at least it's stabilized. That's a
Yeah,
good thing. Whether
it is because her
or not.
last cancer was so like bad.
Right. I remember that.
Because
Well, that's good news.
that one spread everywhere real fast. So
Well,
we're
that's good
happy
news for
with this
now.
result.
Hey, Beck, too. How you doing, buddy? Welcome aboard.
You can get on your feet, Lisa.
That's right.
And if anybody asks, you're 18.
Who, Alyssa?
Yeah. And it actually don't even matter. The room's set up for everybody over 13 or 14, whatever it is. You don't go to jail for it. I'm just saying, just because there will be some.
She's on here with her
sometimes.
mom. It's fine.
Yeah, but I'm saying you cuss as much as I do, so I ain't worried about it.
Oh yeah. So does
Hey,
she.
Speedy. We got Beck 2 in here now, and Speedy. I want a tattoo of a 34-year-old me on my face. Oh, why cover up that beauty for, Speed? Then you won't look like that guy in that. Well, I got to play it just for him. I got to find out where I did with it. And this, you guys are gonna think this is stupid as hell. If you knew the 2 people I was, well, Speed is in here now, but where's it at?
Thanks.
Where's the funny?
Fucking help me. I look like a shit on the floor.
Yeah, and one of the guys that I don't like over there, who I call Little Timmy Teals.
Damn
He's
it.
absent. Where's this at? Oh, here. No, that's. I got actually 2 to play. Wait. It's only like a minute long, I think. But the first guy that you're going to see with a tambourine, this guy here, he looks just like this Timmy Tears in our group. But I'm going to play this, and then at the very last, you'll see Speedy, the guy that just came in. Oh wait. There's Speed. Okay, that's done. There it is. This is mine. There's Tony. Yeah, the first one obviously was me. Gigi made that. I love it. And then the second one is a guy that's in our group, Father Charles, who turns into the Hulk. And then the last one's supposed to be another guy, Mark Stoney, but he got screwed somehow. He got older quick. Yeah, and then the one with Speedy dancing he was tripping on shrooms. I know it is back in the 70s. No, that's not really Speedy. To me, it looks more like the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz.
Får mig att tänka på de här som de nämnde var på The Plot Hole.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Sut. Pol. I wish I could speak Swedish and Finnish.
Vad fan kallar det? Som Marvel gör. Sån här Tina och Marvel gör varje gång det var samtidigt på chatten. Bara så. Det var svammel. Jag sitter där och skrattar och lyssnar.
This is your Finnish Swedish expert lesson for the day, Brandy.
Yeah, I had to go and get me some cuddle, and I didn't mute myself before.
What's mute? What's a mute between friends?
Hey, I'm gonna jump off here. I got a lot of shit to do, so.
Oh, so take a nap, you mean?
No, I'm cleaning right now.
Oh, shit. Is that time of the century already?
My animals spread shit everywhere all the time, so I'm trying to kind of clean up after them a little bit.
Well, that's a start.
Yeah.
Dang hippie fest.
All right, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Ron, let me know next time you're streaming. I'll hop on.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you too. I'll talk to you later, I'm sure.
Take care.
You too.
Yep.
Bye.
Everybody delete your YouTube now. Oh, wait, I should wait to say that after she leaves. It's surprising I've got friends at all, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
My mom says, how the hell? She said, like even the dogs. I don't even usually call the dogs by their names. It's either dumbass or butt tart or, things like that. Well, you're so loving to those dogs. And I said, yeah. And who's the dogs always falling around? And my mom said the R word. It's like, Mom, we don't say that word. But you said the B word. And I said, I didn't say the B word. And she said, you said butt tart. I said, okay, that's a different B.
Not the same B.
Yeah, not the same, but different. Similar. I need to. I'm trying. Gosh, there was something I was looking for, and I was gonna put. Oh, Daniel's. Oh, he's doing his prayer. Oh my God, he's got the longest prayer list I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
Yeah, I don't want to go. Gigi's over there. he's everywhere. That poor kid. Let's get in here. Yeah, then I've been with me being the great atheist that I are. I actually started looking into dispensationalism, the rapture. Hold on, let me get my little notes. All kinds of stuff here lately. I don't know why. Oh, wait, oh my God, where's the rest of this? Oh, I'm going to have to ask Odin for that Batman poem again. I forgot to put the second part on. I thought I did. Maybe I put it in a different area. I hope. What's this here? This is about people who take the Bible literally. Literalists. Somebody told me to look into that, and once doing that, it's like I understand Timmy so much better. That's ridiculous. Well, I'm trying to see if there's anything on this one. Let me see. Yeah, because it starts off with, for people who take, do a literal reading, the very first problem with that, they said, is misinterpretations. Literal reading of non-literal text can lead to nonsensical interpretations. I agree with that. I hear it every day from him. For example, some passages may be intended as allegory or poetry, but literalists may interpret them literally. They're unscientific claims. Literal readings can lead to dogmatic adherence to a historical or unscientific claim. Insisting on nonsensical interpretation can erode one's credibility. For example, reading literal readings of non-literal text can lead to fraudulent readings, which is the same thing, but on and on and on. But then the one thing, and I don't know if it's on here, that really intrigued me was people who are biblical literalists are more apt to fall for conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, God, the more and more I read, so it's like maybe that's why I backed off on Timmy a little bit. Not that he scares me, but it's not his fault that he's that dumb. He just, believes, in the wrong type of things.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's what I don't understand, because, I got into this the secret rapture part of this, and to me, it's like, how can you be a literalist but come up with a secret rapture? Reading scriptures, because I've never seen it, never thought of it, never heard of it. Well, I've heard of the rapture, but not in the Bible. The Bible, and even dispensationalism. The more I've read and read about it, it's ridiculous. So yeah, like a lot of these terms they've been throwing around, I've been looking up and studying it, and it's just like, wow, I'm not so nuts after all. These guys are. Oh wait, yeah, like this one. The idea of a secret rapture is debunked because the Bible describes the return of Christ as a very visible and public event, which is the way I was brought up. And there's like all kinds of verses after verses after verses, showing that it's going to be it's like what? It talks about seeing Jesus return as he left. I mean, supposedly there was 500 witnesses to that plus his ascension. Somebody's got to see him when he comes back down. It's not secret. And then my mom laughs at me because she says, well, for somebody who doesn't believe in this shit, you sure spend a lot of time in it. And that's what, and she knows it's a hobby.
Yeah, sure.
Especially because the day I got my reprint of the actual 1611 KJV, with footnotes, with the preface, and with the Apocrypha still in it. So I was really excited. She said, why are you getting so excited about that? I thought you didn't like the KJV. I said, I never said I didn't like it. She goes, oh, well, you don't like KJV only. I said, right. But I said, I could use this, in my personal studies, or use it against somebody else that says right here. Then why didn't the KJV, translators think that they were inspired? And why do they say even lesser translations are still God's word? Hence the reason they removed all this. But anyway, I said, Mom, it's just, a tool. I may never ever use it, but I've got it, just like that book, was it Frank had, the other Bible. I got it somewhere, and I don't know what I did with it, but it has like the Gospel of Mary and Kabbalah. I forgot all the stuff that's in there. Sad, I just got it. I can't remember, but it makes for interesting, reading, in my opinion. I mean, if I read the Bible and I think it's a myth, everything else would be a myth. Why wouldn't I read it? The next thing I want to do is reread the Quran in English again. It's been many, many years since I've done that. I heard of the rapture. Yeah, Blondie. Rapture. Start eating cars and eating bars. And now he only eats Speedy's guitar. Rapture. Yeah, I used to think Blondie was hot. Debbie Harry. And then I found Farrah Fawcett. Oh, she was so hot.
Oh.
Yeah, because like Debbie Harry was, gosh, I want to say it, was it in the 70s or the 80s? She was a Playboy or Play Penthouse, or one of them did nude pictures. And then boom, she's got her own band called Blondie with 4 or 5 pretty good hits too.
Oh, yeah.
Just like that, and what's the other group I love? Everybody makes ABBA. I love ABBA, and people make fun of me for it.
Well, ABBA is genius.
Oh, they are the musical genius. Just to me, the two groups I think are the most. I wouldn't say the most, but definitely like Rush. Musical geniuses. You've got 3 guys, doing all that musical stuff that probably would take. Well, hell, you've seen any concert. There's always 5, 6, 10, 20 people on stage with them playing instruments. With Rush, 3 people. ABBA had 4 people on there, and they harmonized. And then I forgot which one was it. Annie? Is that her name? Anne?
Anne Frid.
Yeah, when she retired, or she thought I don't think they ever really retired, but when they were, not singing as much,
Yeah.
She met some guy near where she lived. Turns out that he was her stalker, and she didn't know it. She went over to his house and was spending the night. Which what if you have a shrine to somebody, why would
Mm,
leave it there them to see it? But she saw it and took off. And that was very traumatic for her, which I can imagine. Here you're sleeping with a guy you think you're either in love with or could be in love with, and it turns out that he's a stalker. Bad,
that is
dangerous.
creepy as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, of course, to put that in, that's anybody. They. Okay, this is the short version, I guess. Gert van der Graaf stalked ABBA singer Agatha Fotsko after she ended. Oh no, that was before because she didn't know. Ended their relationship in '99. In '97, she started dating him. He's a fork truck driver and a Dutch. He's Dutch. What? Imagine that. Ended the relationship. Okay, that's not what. In 2000, a court issued a restraining order and deported him to Netherlands. Okay, that's not who I'm talking about. And I forgot which. They did a documentary on this on ABBA itself. Okay, they're all talking about this. Oh, wait, what's his name? Gert. Oh, that's in 2023. Oh, maybe this is the one. Nope, the same one. Oh, I'm not allowing ads. Go to hell. Okay, it's all Gert. I'll have to do. I'll look for it later. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that before actually.
Yeah, but I know it's not this because I think that's what it was. Is she had this happen, and then so she was cautious anyway, and then this other guy pops up. Oh, here it is. Maybe Eurovision 2024. Oh no, that had to be before this because I just saw this like last year. I thought that's the same one. How in the heck would she have let the same guy stalk her twice? Wait,
What?
let's see, because this is saying she ended the relationship with this Gert von whatever in '99. And I just found another article I started opening up. The 39-year-old Dutch Gert von whoever who stalked former for several years is back. Neighbors saw him. Oh, I'm just trying to see. Surely she would have seen him again with the same bullshit. See, that's the same guy, but like 20 years later. Because it says that he was in love with her since he was 8 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Shock for ABBA star Agnitha, whatever, as her stalker. And this is from July 3rd, 2024. Oh, well.
Wait, what was it? Agneta or Anna-Frid?
Who do what?
The singer who was stalked, was it
Right.
Agneta?
Yeah, Agnetha. That's what I said. Agnetha.
Okay. Oh, I thought you meant Anna-Frid. Fältskog.
Well, maybe it's the other one that got stalked then, and they're just focusing. Okay, wait. Okay, so she got stalked again, but it's by that 30. Wait, how old was this guy back then? Has he always been 39? Thought, well, maybe it's a flashback, but it's star because she was 55. No, see, this is. Oh well, I may have to do deeper dive on this because she never knew this guy, and they were together for a few years, and then she was at his house and saw the shrine, and pretty much that was the end of it. Yeah, well. Yep, I seen in '80. I saw Rush with Max Webster, and how I remember Max Webster, I don't know, because he didn't. I don't think he was around very long, or I just didn't pay attention. I have seen lots and lots of bands, more than I can. That's me. But I've seen a lot of bands so many times. I couldn't tell you how many times Well, yeah, I can, because like Metallica, I've seen 5 times. I've seen Motley Crue 4 times. And everybody that was with them, like was Warren, Whitesnake played with them. Gosh, why am I having trouble with the other ones? Somebody else big. Anyway, believe it or not, one of the best. Oh, I would have loved to sing Jethro Tull because he's bad to the bone. I mean, what it was a Mandela effect. It will. We like Mandela's effect. It's not very effective, but now I'm trying to see if my buddy Ed streamed tonight. I don't think he did. Oh, Zealots, that's tomorrow. Oh, Zealot's going to do a noon stream. Oh, it's Lent. Daniel's. Oh, that's home. I don't want home. I want. Wait, what was this? Something about a demonic penis? 8 people died because of this. The demonic.
Oh, yay! Oh,
good.
Yeah, I saw that. I believe it was yesterday.
Just so people don't think I am.
It's joking tragic, but it's also hilarious.
It's tragic, and I'm laughing about it, and I don't even know what it's about yet. Okay.
So it's oh my goodness, what's his name there?
Kool-Aid. It's Tom. I forgot what his name is.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh dang!
I know. If you didn't ask me, I could tell you. I watch him all the time. Oh, I can't see it on here.
He's been doing a lot of like faith healing.
Right.
And there are. He takes up several different cases, and this one is the first, I think.
Okay, I'm going to play this. It's only like 10 minutes long, unless people not want to. Because I got to find out. Whitesnake. There we go. And what's sad is most of the groups that were with Motley Crue kicked Motley Crue's ass. Not that Motley Crue wasn't good. But even Warrant kicked her butt. Whitesnake kicked her butt. Of course, they had the what's-his-face's girlfriend who was on the hood of the cars for the videos. Okay, we'll see what this is about. Plus, he's funny.
April 2001. A blood-curdling shriek fills the air of the small market of Alessa, Nigeria. They stole my penis! An out-of-breath man shouts frantically, terror coursing through his veins. Gasping for oxygen, he reaches into his pants to check his manhood. The crowd begins to murmur nervously. Accusations of witchcraft swirl through the air. It's gone! The middle-aged man shouts. My penis is gone! The veins in his forehead are about to pop with anxiety. His very identity is under attack as his genitals seem to retract inside of him, destined to vanish completely. The fear is palpable, and the agitated crowd begins checking their crotches as well. They did it! The paranoid Ken doll growls, pointing at the visiting missionaries from the Brothers of the Cross. They want to use it for juju, for witchcraft. They're gonna feed my penis to evil spirits. The crowd is now visibly shaken. Whose penis will be next? In an instant act of mob justice, they descend upon the missionaries, throwing tires around their necks, dousing them with gasoline, and then torching the dick burglars and the cars that they came in. When the smoke settles, 8 missionaries have been lynched, and the missing penis, on closer examination, was still there. Oops.
I really messed up.
In actuality, witchcraft wasn't used to abduct the man's penis or put it back. Koro syndrome is actually a culture-bound psychiatric disorder characterized by an overwhelming belief that one's genitals are retracting into your body. It's often accompanied by intense anxiety and fear of impending death. This condition is primarily rooted in cultural beliefs and psychological factors.
Okay, so this is a legit condition that people have?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, and don't forget David. Oh, yes, his famous vocals. Yeah, because I was wondering, this isn't witchcraft, this is penis craft. Okay, let's keep this up. Wow, that is, I kind of feel bad about laughing, but 8 people lynched over a missing pecker. That's sad.
Rather than any actual physical changes. The causes of Koro syndrome are multifaceted. Psychological stress, anxiety disorders, and depression can contribute to its development. And additionally, cultural beliefs play a significant role, particularly in East and Southeast Asian cultures where traditional ideas about health, sexuality, and spiritual forces can influence perceptions of bodily changes. Social factors such as economic strain, political tensions, and rapid societal changes may also contribute to the occurrence of Koro, especially in epidemic forms. In some cases, Koro-like symptoms may be secondary to underlying psychiatric conditions such as body dysmorphic disorder or psychosis. The syndrome can be exacerbated by social contagion, where witnessing or discussing similar symptoms with others can lead to a cognitive amplification of body-related beliefs, potentially triggering outbreaks in vulnerable populations. Now, psychotherapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, along with anxiety-reducing medication and culturally sensitive education, offer hope to those caught in this terrifying delusion. And while this story isn't specifically about demon possession per se, it does highlight the danger of beliefs in the supernatural and shows how superstition and lack of education can have very real life and death consequences. Now, we've got several more to cover, but before we get to them, I have to ask, your support on Patreon is what allows me to be able to continue doing and quicken their paces. The rumors surrounding the demon in the mines have become more frequent. Just last week, another miner claimed he was seeing dark creatures. He began acting erratically, violently even, and attempted to stab his own wife. Before being subdued by neighbors and locked up in the county jail, where he sat clutching his stomach, complaining of severe abdominal pain and constipation, as if a creature, a puppet master, had adopted his body as its physical meat suit. No one in the town seemed to be immune. Given enough time in the mine, even the strongest began feeling fatigue, joint pain, and experiencing mood swings. The fucking voices! Our mystery man yells again before suddenly collapsing to the dirt, convulsing uncontrollably on the ground, foaming at the mouth in an epileptic fit before passing out, falling into a deep, inescapable coma. The community, steeped in religious superstition, turns to the church, which assures them that the miner is indeed under the control of dark forces, demonically possessed by an otherworldly malady. They attempt an exorcism, beating his limp, comatose body in an attempt to drive the demon out. Fearing the evil lurking in the mines, they bring crosses into the depths with them, and church attendance skyrockets. But none of it seems to change their situation, because in reality, the miner's bizarre symptoms, the abdominal pain, irritability, cognitive issues, and even the hallucinations, all of it is actually the result of lead poisoning. Chronic exposure to lead, which disrupts enzymes, interferes with calcium metabolism, and damages the nervous system, can produce a host of alarming signs that, before modern science, were often misinterpreted as demonic possession or spiritual attack. Today, treatment focuses on removing the source of the lead exposure, chelation therapy to rid the body of the toxin, and nutritional and behavioral support to restore health. It's 2016, and an 84-year-old African-American woman has just woken up. Performing the same morning routine she's followed a million times over, she reaches for a box of cereal with her right hand and begins to fill the bowl on the counter. Suddenly, before her very eyes, her left hand lurches towards the bowl entirely outside of her control. It snatches the container as if in protest and throws it to the ground, shattering the ceramic bowl into a million shards. Utterly perplexed, she goes to the bedroom to get dressed. But as she reaches for one outfit with her right hand, her left hand again begins to act out, like a child throwing a tantrum. It yanks the outfit out of her right hand, shucks it across the room, and grabs a different dress for her to wear. Terrified, she complies. The rest of the day passes uneventfully, but she remains on edge, suspicious of her mutinying body part, until that night, As she drifts off to sleep, her hand strikes again, groping her against her will and grabbing her by the throat. Kinky. She fights it off, flips on the light switch, grabs her Bible, and kneels down to pray. The next day, her daughter convinces her to go to the doctor, where she describes her hand as possessed by the devil. But while this sounds like something out of a horror movie, this eerie episode wasn't the result of demon possession or a supernatural curse, but was instead a rare neurological condition called alien hand syndrome. Damage to the frontal lobes, often following a stroke or a surgery, or to the corpus callosum, which connects the two hemispheres of your brain, can lead to this bizarre disconnect between mind and limb. While there isn't a cure to make this possessed hand obedient again, cognitive behavioral therapy, occupational strategies, and even botulinum toxin injection can help manage the involuntary movements, giving the patient a chance to reclaim control. If you want to learn more about this one, I did an entire video on split brain patients, and it's wild. Like, one guy's left half of his brain used the hand that it controlled to communicate that it was an atheist, while the other half of the person's brain self-identified as a Christian. I'll pin a link to that video in the comments below so that you can check it out after you smash that like and subscribe button and leave a comment letting me know what other conditions you'd like me to cover. Now we turn to ancient Joppa in the southern Levant. The year is 126 BCE. Eli, the local stonemason, has built himself a reputation as the village strongman, until one summer afternoon when he goes to lift a boulder and finds himself lightheaded. His skull aches from the inside with a throbbing pressure, and as his heart rate climbs, his vision suddenly dips to black. The next thing he remembers is waking up in the street, surrounded by concerned onlookers, his hands shaking and his heart still palpitating. Over the next several months, his condition deteriorates. His appetite soars as if he's eating for two. And yet, in spite of this, his weight drops until he's an emaciated skeleton of his former self. His tolerance to the desert sun vanishes, and he spends his days indoors in a cold, dark hut or in a cold cave nearby, passing his days alone like an odd hermit. His tremors get worse. He's constantly shaking, and his recently onset anxiety now blooms into full-blown daily paranoia. His family and friends barely recognize him anymore, and they're convinced that he's come under the possession of an evil spirit. They summon the local rabbi for consultation. The demon must be exorcised. But in truth, Eli wasn't possessed, but was instead suffering from hyperthyroidism, a condition where the thyroid gland produces an excess of hormones, leading to a cascade of symptoms such as elevated heart rate, increased appetite, tremors, heat intolerance, anxiety, and unexpected weight loss, which, to those not educated in modern medicine and human anatomy, altogether can appear to instead be the chaotic influence of a demon. Today, with treatments like antithyroid medications, radioactive iodine, beta blockers, and sometimes surgery, hyperthyroidism is managed effectively, transforming what was once seen as a curse into a treatable medical condition. Throughout history, belief in demons, spirits, and exorcisms has resulted in countless tragedies, horrific abuses, and violent deaths. And this gut-wrenching reality continues to the present in spite of our ever-increasing medical knowledge. There is no proof whatsoever that demons exist, and every shred of evidence points to natural explanations every time. Just because you may not know what might be causing something doesn't mean that the best explanations for your gaps of understanding is something supernatural. Sometimes it's better to turn to people with relevant expertise, or to take the time to do a little bit of research. It's amazing how liberating just a little bit of knowledge can be. Now I'm going to continue covering other conditions like these so that you...
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All because of religion.
Yep.
Can you imagine how many people over, even in recent history, I'm not even talking about, Middle Ages, that have probably have went through things like that. Oh, you're crazy. You're nuts. It's a demon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what especially when I hear mental illness is a demon. The fuck it is. Go ahead.
No, that's the infuriating part with this sort of belief, and the even the fear of the spreading of a fear of science.
Yeah,
it's like never in human history have we had such easy access to such vast knowledge and information about ourselves, the world, the universe, how everything works. And then you have this group of people who are just, they are so fearful that they rather have this eternal threat of hellfire and demons and magical powers than to actually sit down and take in the facts of reality.
Right.
But that's the thing. It's like I said before. It's simple solutions for simple people.
Right. Well, to me, the first place that you should have taken some of these people would be straight to the doctor. Not,
Yes.
oh wait, something's wrong with you. It's got to be demons, so let's exercise it. Well, that didn't work. Let's try a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That is, and then people want to know why I think religion is dangerous.
Right.
Not just for the family, atmosphere, but for health. I mean, studying with the Jehovah Witnesses, it's hard telling me how many people have died just for refusing a blood transfusion, thinking it's biblical without reading the whole chapter, because I think it's like Leviticus 17, where it says if you eat blood, you die. But
Yeah.
it's not a physical death, first off, it's a spiritual death, because all you have to do is read to the very end of the chapter, and it tells you what you do to become clean again. And it's go to the creek, the river, or whatever, wash yourself. And I can't remember. I may look it up here in a second. And whether it's sun up or sun down, then you're clean again. It's not a death sentence. It's nothing evil. It's fixable. But, let's say no blood transfusions, because we all know that the Bible clearly teaches about, the evils of blood transfusions. Not. I mean,
No,
it's
because
ridiculous when people die needlessly.
yeah, and to think back through history and realize how many people have died in what today would be for not unnecessary causes, but unnecessarily due to a lack of knowledge of what caused this issue. I mean, for Christ's sake, people died from an abscessed tooth.
Right.
Or a scratch on the knee because it got infected. And to realize that in the last 100 to 150 years, so many of these diseases have been, if not eradicated, so at least the deaths are no longer the outcome of simple afflictions. And now people are going backwards.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's harder to control people when they possess knowledge. Which is why they are so, and when I say they, I'm not talking about the individual Christians. I'm talking about the systems behind it, the churches, the organization. It's a fear of losing control, because once you have that control over people, I think you either get a very icky feeling and take a step down, or you are drawn to it and you won't let it go. If that makes sense.
Oh, it does, definitely. But this is like I was talking about the end of Leviticus 17. It says anyone, whether native born or foreigner, who eats anything found dead or torn by wild animals must wash their clothes and bathe with water, and they will be ceremonially unclean till evening. Then they will be clean. But if they do not wash their clothes and bathe themselves, they will be held responsible. Right. That doesn't sound like a very serious penalty for eating blood or even animal carcasses that were found dead or torn apart.
Right, and it's clearly one of these like cleanliness rules,
Right.
which makes sense. I mean, the reasons given behind it is kind of weird, and the the curing of it might, in some cases, be even more weird. But to get from this to no, we can't save. I mean, for fuck's sake, to be given a blood transfusion is basically every time you do, like I've broken both of my arms at different times. I have several plates and screws and things.
Right.
If I would be walking around with limbs that were not working, and I would probably be in constant pain if I had not had it set properly. And to be able to get it set, I was undergoing surgery, which means I was given a blood transfusion.
Right.
Had I been a Jehovah's Witness, that wouldn't be possible. I wouldn't be able to draw or paint or do my miniatures, or possibly not even clothe myself.
Oh, you'd be, if they found out that you had a blood transfusion, you would be disfellowshipped and shunned and have to, quote unquote, earn your way back into Jehovah's graces.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. I just found that, I just did a quick search, and actually, I'll tell you what it actually says, because there's more of it to it than on this end. But it says, and this is from the National Institute of Health.gov, basically stating how to manage Jehovah's Witnesses as, in certain fields, and definitely dealing with blood. But it said this article says it is estimated that about 1,000 Jehovah's Witnesses die annually due to refusal of blood transfusions. In Jehovah's Witness patients, the question of the critical HB level for transfusion to decrease mortality can be transformed to the critical HB level to start medical management or to administer blood substitutes. And this is what I don't get, because they always talk about blood, substitutes.
Yeah.
And I got in trouble one day by my elder. And in one of the meetings, I held my hand up and I said, are you telling me that man has learned to make blood better than God did? Or Jehovah, obviously, with them? I never got the mic again for like over a month and a half. That's part of what they think is a punishment. If we don't like your answer, you're not going to be able to answer anymore. You lose that privilege. It's a big deal, because I really wanted to know. And it was an honest question. Never did get a good answer out of that. But, basically, if you want to, test Jehovah's will, get a blood transfusion and die. Because they literally say that you die spiritually if you have one, because of these verses that talk about blood. And it's not like transfusions, you're eating blood at all. Your body's, taking it in their veins.
Yeah.
But they've always had crazy stuff like polio for years. They taught was Satan's serum. Up until it's awful convenient that they changed their mind about the time the government says we're going to take away your tax exempt state for not, allowing your members to get the polio shot. It's one of the older ones that, was in our congregation was telling me this and said, yeah, I can still remember the basically the outcry from Jehovah's Witnesses, they hadn't had it for years, and then saying all of a sudden that the Watchtower saying that polio shots or vaccinations were serum from God now, not Satan. And then they kind of pushed it on their members that they misunderstood what they said, and they did that the same thing with like the great 1975 false prophecy.
Right.
But yeah, all over religion. Sorry, I don't care if it was my damnation or not. If my son or daughter needed a transfusion or some medical procedure, somebody says, going to send me to hell, they sure in the hell are going to get it. I'll go to hell. It doesn't matter to me none. It's about my, children or
Yeah.
mother or whoever it might be.
Yeah.
But the children have no choice in the matter whatsoever. It's the parents' choice. There's been lots of lawsuits over that, and too many that the Jehovah Witnesses have won.
Which is insane. I cannot
way
believe.
that's satanic, yeah.
Yeah,
If there
I
wasn't
cannot
Satan.
exactly. I cannot believe the exceptions that are made to organizations because they are quote unquote religious,
Right.
and how somehow, and this is something that has annoyed me for years, somehow the freedom of religion is placed above all other freedoms, all other human rights. And it's not even true freedom of religion, because you can't claim the same rights based on being an atheist, because that's, as we know, isn't a religion. But somehow these organizations are exempt from
Right.
all sorts of like societal control and insight.
Yeah. See, that's why I was trying to check, because I don't know what the latest is on what they can take. Because this says Jehovah's Witnesses generally do not receive blood transfusions or its main components, including whole blood, red blood, white blood, platelets, and plasma. However, some Jehovah's Witnesses may accept certain blood products, such as blood fractions. These are derived from whole blood and include albumin, glubium, and clotting factors. Synthetic blood, substitutes, and autologous blood. This blood is collected from the patient himself and before a procedure, and then reinfuse it after, which to me makes no sense. If you can't have a blood transfusion because you're eating it, according to
Yeah.
them, why can you have certain parts of that? Because part of the blood is still blood. And then to even, which I'm not against the, using your own blood by any means, but you're still intaking blood in the same manner if it was yours or somebody else's. So it's very
Yeah.
hypocritical, and I think they were testing the waters, because I'll tell you what, if they ever did away with the blood transfusion, Jehovah's
Mhm.
Witnesses would probably not, become non-existent anymore, literally, just because so many Jehovah's Witnesses have lost so much because of this one doctrine, that I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of them just said, screw this, you guys are nuts,
Yeah.
and probably become Mormons. No. Well, actually, a lot of ex-JWs become Catholics, and a lot of ex-Catholics becomes JWs, just because of the hierarchy structure.
Oh,
They're very
really?
similar. We got to realize the Pope tells pretty much everybody what they believe. The
Yeah.
Watchtower tells their constituents what's believed or not to believe. Just like the blood. They got to have some sort of power. Roughly 1,000 JWs, and I think that number is probably higher than that even. But even 1,000 is awful, terrible. One's too many.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
then
It's
because the
in
really
regular society. It's I can't speak for the US, but in Sweden at least, if you have a child and you deny them medical care, that is abuse.
right.
And because it is. obviously. And I don't, I mean, we have Jehovah's Witnesses here as well, but they, as with all religious groups, they don't make much noise. But I do know that they don't go for blood transfusions. I've never though heard of any case. I have heard about cases where parents have been convicted of child abuse for
Right.
neglecting to give their children the care they need based on their religious ideas.
Well, I know in the late 90s when I was still, part of or going to the meetings and trying to become one of them, there was a big stink. I forgot. I want to say Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
They allow because of the government pressure, but it was hush hush. But just like everything, it's going to get back to everybody anyway. It's not like this world doesn't have a communication system. I want to say Belgium, got away with allowing certain products to be used of the blood that wasn't standard. Well, then, like say, the JWs in the U.S. would speak
Mm-hmm.
up about it and basically be pushed under the rug. Oh no, that's quote unquote the apostates or the worldly people, lying. That never happened.
Right.
Well, then the documentation started coming out, and they lost quite a few, members for that, but not enough to make a difference because these people are raised in it and are so afraid. Which I understand that part of it, but
Sure.
your life is on the line, your children's children, on and on. And that's why the JWs can never and will never change the blood policy. They might tweak it, but they'll always have a
Yeah.
non-transfusion. Otherwise, people are going to see right through them and say, all these years, all these people that died, and now you're telling us you can take it? No, that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. This can't be of God. I mean, sad but true. And then there's worse ones than that. Like, was it the Scientologist or
Oh goodness.
it's all in your mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even the what was the other one? The Christian Scientists or whatever.
Oh right. Yeah.
They're all fruity tooties. Everybody except the Baptists, they've got the truth. No,
Yeah.
they
Of
don't.
course. Of course.
But they're not Protestant. That's why. Duh.
I mean that I had this big argument with big and big. It was big because it was loud. It wasn't very long going. Yesterday with little Timothy Ears over the whole being, because I got very annoyed when they are sitting and talking about Pike and what type of Christian he is when he is right there with them. And
I just don't get that one at all. I really don't.
me neither.
I mean, for me,
So,
that's what got it started with Maud, just the way she treated him and Timmy out there, both of them that day that me and Pike were having our translation discussion. And sorry, but Whittle Timmy Tears is a pig to begin with. I
yeah,
will not change my mind about that bastard. But, when they're both attacking, calling him a liar, or, of course, it was about the translation. Oh, this ain't much of a translation discussion. But anyway, but just to see Maud kept calling him a liar and this, that, it upset me.
yeah.
I mean, it really did because, I mean, Pike, I like Pike. I mean, even if he's, one of those ungodly, godly, pastors or preachers, I would be more apt to flip sides with somebody like that opposed to, say, a little Timmy Teals, just
Mhm.
because of, the love that Pike shows, and then to get attacked from it, and then to justify it on top of that.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the last straw to a point. Oh no, we need red alert, red alert. We need more beer for Sandal.
Uh-oh.
How you doing, Sandals? But you know, and that's what I just don't get is the stupid attacks. And you know, fine, come at me like that. I probably deserve it, but you know, Pike doesn't.
No, and like, if you don't like his teaching,
Don't
well,
show up.
exactly. It's the internet. It's huge. There are there are a lot of things to do on the internet. You
Right.
don't have to be here. Why? And it's so it's such a lack of respect. Disrespectful was the word I was looking for. It's so disrespectful to like Tim did. He when Pike was teaching a couple of weeks ago, and his wife is in the chat, and Tim is going after her and telling her that her husband is a liar and
Yeah.
a heretic and this and that. And it's like, that's why I don't know if you were at his teaching today, but one of the
Oh, I missed. I didn't know
passages.
you had one. Dang it.
Oh no, it was like right before you started.
Oh, today, yeah, that
This,
I would have missed it because I was out. You know, my buddy Craig was here.
right.
And then I had to meet Brandy at 6, and then I came back was talking with him outside. And then it was like 7:20. He's like, "Oh crap!" or 7:18. Was it on Gigi's channel?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back and watch it then. Because yeah, I mean, even though I don't believe in it, I enjoy, like, you know, it's a theology is a hobby for me, and that's why I said here I am an atheist. I, you know, was studying, you know, the nonsense of dispensationalism and the rapture and you know a few other things, and you know, and I mean Pike knows I don't agree with him, but he has yet to tell me that you know that's the stupidest question I've ever heard. Just the
No,
opposite. Well, that's a great question. You know,
yeah, he's always very, very humble and willing to try and explain, and
right.
he's understanding of the fact that we are there as non-believers, and he still wants to explain it. And I mean, I'm well aware that of course he hopes that his words are going to have an impact on either of us,
Right.
but he's also humble enough to say that it's not up to him.
Well,
While
he'd almost have to appreciate, say, I'm not even saying an atheist, but somebody that, and not that they don't question his teachings, but are respectful when they do it and not, you know, insulting him or his family, you know, that
yeah,
sort of thing. That's just something I can't stomach. I mean, I would literally give up the internet if I had to continue to watch Pike get attacked, you know, by some people. I really would. I'm almost at that point now, and then that's when, like me and my buddy Craig were talking, and he's like, "Just do your own thing." He said, "You know,
yeah,
I know you, Ron. You don't care if there's 100 or you know 1 person in there, just as long as you're having fun." And I said, "You're right." And I said, "I just may start doing that. You know, I'm going to you know stream when I want and do my own thing, regardless of who pops in here, because I know with my personality and some of the people that I know, and I'm not trying to act like I'm all that because I'm not, but I don't advertise. I don't push my channel. I don't do a lot of things everybody else does, or I would probably I would be bigger than I am now. You know, if I did my, you know, either the trivia or you know, like a game night,
yeah,
I know it would blow up eventually. You know, but right now it's just like just enjoying the what is it, the intimacy of these smaller uh
hmm,
streams, honestly.
yeah. And I think it's
Okay. Here.
that part is much. It's kind of like what.
I think Christian Pike once laughed at my joke. Therefore, I like him. Yeah, it's the only time Sandals has ever got a laugh. You're a goofball. I'm just trying to keep up with him and keep him engaged in this too. Unless you want to jump up here, Sandals, you don't have to. But we have weird rules in my country, so I cannot get more beer until 5.5 hours, which I won't do because I got to go to work. Oh wow, that sucks. I
Well,
will. Can I
it's
like
it's nighttime,
FedEx you?
so
Yeah, I was thinking, can I FedEx you some beer? Would that count, or would you go to jail? I don't know if it's against a lot of to send beer or alcohol over. And I know it is drugs, but
I would say it's not illegal, but how would they get it? People are
next day air.
sleeping. It's 3:30 at night. It's 4:30, I believe, where Sandals is.
Yeah, but if you think, see where I'm at, it's 9:30. If I could find, there is a place you could buy beer, but I'd have to find a place that actually would like box it up and send it out either FedEx, UPS, or whatever, and then he can get it. But I don't want to get arrested for doing that. With my luck, SWAT, surrounds my house because I sent Sandals one beer in 5 packages. Da-da-da, 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 da-da, SWAT. Oh, I'm a goofball.
Yeah, I feel you.
I do. I should have been in bed by now, but who needs to be? It's only 9:30.
Well, the older you get, the earlier you have to go to bed, and the same goes for the younger you are.
This is
So,
true.
hmm
What's sad is my grandson usually stays up later than I do, which I usually go to bed anywhere from like 11 to 1. But it's just that cool down period. Wait a second.
yeah, that part I am not very good at, meaning the whole realizing that it's not dangerous to be lying awake for a little while.
That's true. I have trouble with insomnia, especially, and that's part of why I
Mhm.
smoke when if I smoke. Well, that and nausea are the main two, but um, it's like if I go to bed, like the other night, well, yesterday I slept all day, literally, because I just didn't feel good. But like a week ago, I couldn't sleep, couldn't sleep, couldn't sleep. Got up, started watching TV, laid down. I mean, I did this 3 or 4 times, and finally, like 3 o'clock in the morning, I just said, "Screw it." Went outside, freezing, of course, and smoked a little bit. Came inside, and of course, Jack didn't move. He's still laying in the bed, same spot. Then kind of looked up at me, and I laid down, and I was out. It doesn't take a whole lot of smoke to make me want to sleep, even the sativa. I am on weird sleeping schedule, but I do watch it. Oh, you watch? I love hockey. I love hockey. I'm just ready for my Rangers to win it again. It's been since '94 that they won it. But and what's fun, and another thing I've been watching is Ovi. Watching his pursuit of Gretzky's goal record. I never thought
Oh,
anybody would be close to it, but if anybody would break it, Ovi deserves it. I like him. I don't even follow the Caps that well, other than him.
the Caps?
Yeah, Washington Capitals.
Oh,
They're the NHL team in the state capital. That's why it's capital, I guess.
probably.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what Sandals' team is, because if I don't like them, I'm gonna have to boot them. No, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
I'm kidding. Yeah, because I got a buddy that lives up in Toronto, and he likes Toronto, obviously, but he's a Hab fan. Montreal Canadiens, not a Habs. Uh-oh, I think I scared Sandal. He doesn't want to say now. I
Oh
was
no.
kidding. I'm not going to kick you, Sandals, no matter what. You had one good joke. Oh, Pike, have you heard? I I do have. Okay, let's hear your parody.
Who is Gary Bettman? Gary Bettman.
I thought he was. Well, I'm actually going to look. I've heard the name.
Yes,
I don't.
it's super familiar.
I want to say a hockey player, but oh no, it's not. He is a sports executive who serves as. Oh, he's a. Duh, that's who. He's the NHL commissioner. God, no wonder he sounded so familiar. God, I'm an idiot. Oh, the old Coyotes. Yeah. Yeah, you don't exist. You don't even have a hockey team. I am Utah fan or the old. Yeah. That's what I get tired of sometimes with them moving around sports teams so much. It looks like, and it sounds like, I mean, like everybody is going, of course, not, they've already got the football team and a hockey team now, but Vegas. Everything's ending up in Vegas now. I'm waiting for them to have, didn't they just get no, they got the Raiders. Did they get the A's? Or maybe they're still there in Oakland. Somebody got, I can't remember.
Vegas has a hockey team. Isn't
got
that
a hockey
the
team.
fucking desert?
They've got some nice stadium there in Vegas. I seen it I hadn't been in it because it wasn't quite ready when we went out to Vegas. This thing is gorgeous, at least on the outside, and then seeing some of the games inside. They did tours, and it's still beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
And I'll check the A's, but so they got the Raiders, they got the Golden Knights. Oh, they did get the Oakland, but now it's Las Vegas Athletics. It used to be Oakland, and then I knew they had the LA Aces. So there's football. All they need now is a basketball team, and I bet you that's not far behind. Obviously, they've got the money for it. Well, you do know how unlike it is life to exist. It is more likely to life to exist or hockey to exist. It's harder for hockey to exist because too many people are losing their teeth. Gary is a vampire, but there is an argument about menstruation. Oh my God. What animals have menstruosios? It is pretty few. We're going to have to keep Sandals around. I don't care. He may only hit 99% of the times on his jokes, but that's a good. I'm still laughing at myself. I could remember who Gary Bettman was. Because I always thought hockey didn't have a commissioner.
Of course they do. All sports is a business.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's got to make money and be in charge of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Hey, Teddy, I need to go to bed. I'm super tired, which is kind of weird because it's very early for me. But
that's like me, but I think I'm going to because my grandson ran me ragged. Plus, I got to let the dogs out one more time. I take them for a run.
Let the dogs out. Woof.
Ooh, let the dogs out. Asshole did. To hockey to exist, you kind of need life. So hockey is more unlikely. Deal with untangible. Oh, you had to end the night like that, Sandals, with the tangerine guy. The guy that makes less sense than be him and everybody. Menstruation argument goes like this: humans, elephants, and bats only have menstruations. So does that make Gary a bat or an elephant? But he's also a vampire, so we got to add that into the mix. Okay, I got this. This is a multi-layer kind of joke.
Yeah, this is complicated.
We might have a stream just to stream about this.
Probably. I mean,
We already had the atheist Bible study,
Right.
which is more than goes on in the other place sometimes. But anyway, I didn't say that out loud, did I? Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
I
Yes, you
don't care.
did.
I ain't here to make friends. I'm here to make frenemies. There we go.
Oh,
No. If I have a frenemy, I ignore them.
yeah, I
I
think
do have
that's.
the Queen of Darkness, though. That's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Boots. But you better go to bed, girl. You go to bed.
Yeah.
Sandals, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I don't think I'll stream tomorrow, but either Monday or Tuesday, and we'll actually make it a more funnister one where we may do some knock-knock jokes or Swedish jokes or the
Ooh.
nutsack jokes. I don't know which ones yet.
Well, I was going to say, isn't that the same thing? But it's not. It's not.
No, because I don't want to get too, because those fins get kind of grumpy when you start talking about, parts of the body. We don't want to upset the Mr. Soot because he might be on a pancake strike.
Mm-hmm. And
Mince
I got to have my pancake.
Yeah. Screw YouTube. I need my soot and my pancakes. Adios, peoples.
Yes.
The spirit has with people, and therefore pedophilia is bad if you have sex before. Oh, God. Oh, that's one of those things I wish I didn't read. And Batman is a vampire and has sex with bats too. Oh, wow. And like fat chicks. Therefore, even big girls need love there, Sandals. Oh, no, I don't want to leave. He's on a roll now. Why couldn't you be on a roll 20 minutes ago with this crap?
Right?
I was so worried about the
Big
beer 20
time.
minutes ago, and now we're into menstruation and
Mhm.
bats and chicks being elephants.
It's a weird turn of events.
It is. That's what happens when you run out of beer. Oh, and then
Oh,
guess what? We're in trouble. We might as well just go ahead and never stream again. How you doing, Dan?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's Logan calling me. Hello. Answer it.
I will jump off over here, Teddy.
Okay.
You take care.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
the Logan's calling over here. Okay. Hey, buddy, hold on for 1 second. I'm shutting down my stream, and then I'll talk to you. Okay. Oh no, we're shutting down anyway. Dio's getting ready to leave, and I need to do a few things before I go to bed. Just give me 1 second. I'll shut this down. Yeah, guys, I'm shutting it down. Like I said, I will try to stream again soon. If I get bored, I might do it at midnight. But thanks for popping in, and I will